Capricorn. This is going to be for what my Capricorns can be expecting this week of July 15th all the way to July 22nd. What they need to know, what they need to be aware of. So, all right, Sagittarius. Capricorn, you could be dealing with a Sag. You are going to be possibly speaking a truth in court about a family member, and that's what's going to help you be free and start something new. I see the Queen of Swords. These are all in the upright, by the way. The Queen of Swords, the Hierophant, the Ten of Pentacles, the Fool, and the Five of Swords, and the Four of Swords. So for some of you, you could be discussing like inheritances with family members, and you're going to speak a truth, and the judge is going to say, well, if the father decided that they were going to give it to you in secret, that's what they decided. If they wrote that in the paper, that's it. Like, we can't go back and argue. I always go to Knives Out when I think about this, because like, if you haven't seen that movie, I highly recommend it. Jamie Lee Curtis does really good. Chris Evans, it's an all-star cast and they do amazing. I saw it on Amazon Prime a million times because it's one of those movies that you have to rewatch over and over again and really listen to the dialogue. So put your subtitles for those of you that can't hear without their subtitles, because I'm guilty of it too. Because like, there's a lot of stuff they say in the first scene that if you don't pay attention and make a note of it, you're not gonna catch it in the end. And that's all I'm gonna say. But they start fighting over an inheritance, and they're like a really rich family. So maybe for you guys, you were not really rich, but like, you were the one that stayed and helped your parents out the most, Capricorn. And now all your other siblings are like, it's not fair. Capricorn's always the favorite. Siempre le dan cosas. Blah, 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 blah. And it's like, well, when you have Capricorn in your big three or heavily aspected in your chart, these people get better with age. They come into wealth as they should. And since you were like the baby, it's having all your siblings feel some type of way. I forgot who I got this for. I got this for Sagittarius, I believe, or fire signs. That everybody, so maybe you have Sag in your chart, that everybody's upset that the baby got the inheritance. And most of the times the babies do, at least in Latino families, because who's the one that stays with mommy and papi to help them while they're old? The baby. It's always the baby, because the eldest. The eldest child se va a hacer su familia, the middle child too. But for whatever reason, and at least here in my city in Laredo, with Latinos in this part of the world, we tend to do that. We tend to guilt the baby into staying and taking care of the parents, even though it's like, hey, they deserve to go live their own life too. No es mi culpa que no te cuidaste and you weren't exercising. And that's one thing that a lot of the elderly people at the home say. The difference between us in the wheelchair and those that are not in the wheelchair is that those that are not in the wheelchair did exercise and we didn't. So it doesn't matter what exercise you do while you're young. Just do it, okay? And don't stop smoking cigarettes. Then again, that's how the Native Americans got back at the white man. It's a joke, so I don't want people emailing me that I'm a racist against white people, blah, 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 blah. It's a joke, okay? It's a joke. And cigarettes are cancer sticks, because I love to smoke too. Okay, I smoke my Marlboro menthol smooths. It's bad. I know. It's bad. It's bad. But that's my vicio. Okay. All right, moving on. So, what else is going on with my Capricorns? Man, I'm taking long with you all, but this needs to be out. Your family, like your siblings, particularly a Gemini and a Virgo, are going to feel so betrayed, 333, that you have gotten all the inheritance, o a ti te dieron la casa, and now they're going to be in the poorhouse. Or they feel that you don't know how to manage money, and maybe you don't, and that's why they're feeling some type of way. But they can go kick rocks, because if your parent decided it was you, too bad. As if it's written, if it's documented and written and stamped by a notary public with a witness and a lawyer, too damn bad. Hasta in China, you can be in China and that document's still gonna apply. Okay, and so just be prepared for this conflict to happen, but it is what it is. They'll get over it eventually, but manage your money carefully. You're not supposed to be spending on your inheritance on your life. Confirmation, you're supposed to keep it and invest and manage it so it becomes something that's generational for your grandkids. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it there, Capricorn. I lasted a little longer than I was hoping. Well, not that I was hoping, but Spirit really wanted me to get this message out. But just be prepared for a rumble in the courthouse, for a tussle, and I'll have a plan B. Know your exits. Park near the closest exit you can. So when you already signed the paper and get your stuff, you just get up and walk out. Because like in Knives Out, when they realize that none of them punks is getting the inheritance del viejillo. It's an uproar. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna watch that movie. It's raining here. When I'm recording this, it's raining. For those of you that doubted me, you're welcome. Les hice el hechicito para que llueva en Laredo un poquito, porque si no se hunde todo Laredo. But prayers for Houston. Center Pointless still has left millions of people without electricity, and I'm recording this on July 11th. Okay, so it's not on our government's fault. It's on Centerpoint because the linemen are there. It's just they haven't negotiated pay, and these people drove from Massachusetts to help Houston out and other places, and they haven't negotiated pay at all, and they have not given orders for them to go up there and fix. And I was reading on the comments on TikTok that if they disobey orders and start working on lines without the higher ups telling them what to do, without the bureaucratic stuff, they get fired for that. So, man, prayers for Houston. That was just the category 1, guys. This hurricane season is going to be worse than the one time we had Katrina. So prayers for Louisiana and for Houston, guys. All hands on deck. But all right, Capricorns, come back next week for your weekly messages of July 22nd all the way through July 28th. Stay safe out there, and prayers for Houston. Bye-bye.